Hi everyone, this is day 4 of my braid out. Stay tuned and I'll show you how I achieved this look. So this is what I started with, 3 twists and then 3 chunky braids. The results were this braid out. So this is my first braid out, a little bit of a twist out in the back, and voila. I'm going to start by taking these loose, my little straw sets. So how did I arrive at doing chunky braid outs when I started out with twists? That's just the challenge that I face with doing twist outs and braid outs. I usually not good at managing my time, so by the time I start, it's so late that I don't have enough time either to put the twists in or put the braids in, or not enough time to dry it. So here what I'm showing you is my hair is actually wet because I put the braids in at like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe close to 3 o'clock in the morning. And then this was the next day and I had to go somewhere, so I needed to get my hair dry. There was no way it was going to dry overnight, so I'm just diffusing it, keeping it from frizzing out just by how I'm handling it, trying not to loosen the clumping of the braids so that they keep the shape. So it's going to be a soft curl because they didn't dry hard, they didn't dry stiff in the position in the braids. And so the curls and the waves are not as defined because they did not dry fully in the braid set. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing throughout, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. This is one of my more challenging areas of hair, and trust me, it was so late at night when I did this, and I was so tired I wasn't even thinking about this area that I know is my trouble area. So I'm going to have to hit this again with some product, put it up so that I can get some definition, because right now it's just looking like a ball of frizz, and yeah, this is not good. And it's right in front. Isn't that something? It's always right in front, right? So I have to address this. Oof. Right now I'm just adding some water. Always have to do this section twice, no matter what. Wash and go, twist out, braid out. This portion right here is special and requires double processing. I'm going to try and put as little bit of product as possible because there's already product on it. And the first layer of product is the Uncle Funky's Daughter Super Curl Cream. And it already does not like to absorb product. And the second layer of product is the Curly Magic by Uncle Funky's Daughter. And the final layer of product is my argan oil. These are the only products that I used for this braid out, which I did on soaking wet, freshly washed hair. I braided the frizzy part fairly tight, and the part that was already well defined, I just braided it loosely. Okay, so I finished taking out all of the braids and the twists. There was only 3 twists and then a total of 3 braids, and then I rebraided this portion right here. I already did some diffusing. It's still a little damp. I'm going to take it loose so I can get the heat and dry the remainder of this hair. So you remember when I did this really loosely? So I'm just taking these loose. So now I'm taking it apart in order to diffuse it and get it dry. So I'm thinking to myself as I'm diffusing this front section that This is precisely why I do not do twist outs and braid outs, because I don't know how to manage the time for making sure this style is coming out right. I don't have much time to finesse this. This has to work. I'm already running late. How many of you have been there? The finish is so much nicer with the larger rollers than with the straw or the small rollers. It just gives less there's less friction and resistance when separating, so it's much smoother and it just gives a prettier finish. Now this was the big braid on the top. It's not looking too bad as far as the finish is concerned. It's not as frizzed as the other pieces were. Just finding the pieces to separate, which it seems to separate very much on its own. So it's helping me. It's still a little damp. I was saying that with the chunky braid out, finding the pieces to separate was fairly easy because it was pretty much separating on its own. And I was also commenting that my hair was still a little damp. And so I just continued to go around my head, finding pieces to separate. And then the biggest challenge is that part for the big braid that was on the top of my head. Trying to close up or remove that space was the most difficult part of this fluffing out part of the braid out. I used a wide pick with nice little balls on the ends of it to protect my scalp, just to try and separate that part, close it up and do some lifting at the roots. Didn't seem to do much. So it is what it is. And it still never fell the way that I wanted it to on that first day. It took a while for it to be not so noticeable to me, so I did wear it up in a puff for a couple of days, but eventually the part started to dissipate. Since I sped up the time, you can't really see, but I just added some more argan oil to my hands just to keep from having my hands get dried out while I'm touching and pulling on my hair. And then I'm also, I don't know if you can notice it because the time is going so fast, but I'm really gentle with how I'm pulling the hairs apart, not to put too much pressure on the ends especially, but just gently getting to a portion where I can separate it. Now it's pretty much done, because once you go out there, the wind is going to do something to it, so you may as well direct it yourself and see how it's going to behave when the wind hits it. And it's fun. It's fun. This is my braid out that wasn't so great, but it's an okay finish. I'm happy with it. Not what I wanted, but again, I'm me, and I'm always working toward anything that I do, making it better the next time. That's it. It feels good. I like the way it came out. Thank you for watching this first braid out experience for me on my hair, and just being a part of this journey with me. I look forward to sharing more of these videos with you. Take care, and thank you again for watching.